Brilliance Audio presents The Relic Hunters by David Leadbeater, performed by Pete Simonelli. Look at the mad monk. He heard these words often as he walked by, spoken by unenlightened scum, wandering pointlessly with their unwashed children. These ignorant cattle, followers of the herd, bleeding through life without the slightest inkling that every day, their every step, their every breath, was being judged, controlled, and manipulated. He would happily snuff them out, even without an order from his master. But not today. One surprising event had already occurred this morning, and he was about to be the author of at least one more, at least to the outside world. The earlier event, a true shock indeed, was hearing the unease and disarray in his master's voice, a first and probably last for this life. He scanned the road quickly, assimilating every scrap of information offered by his surroundings. The path that followed a slight incline up toward the front of the Archaeological Museum of Athens was clogged with tourists and gawkers. It was loud, colorful, and upbeat. That would soon change. He kept the grave smile to himself as a man and woman barged past his right shoulder. The words of his master ran incessantly through his brain. My son, focus fully on the work at hand. You can bask and bathe in the light, but only with the full illumination of focus. If you want to swim, focus on swimming. If you want to run, focus on running. If the moment is dark, confusing, or unclear, focus on your objective. And you will always have an objective, Balthazar. Always. The couple continued along their way, laughing loudly, oblivious to the muted monster in their midst. Balthazar took his time to thread through the crowd, focused. Ahead, the tall, round pillars that fronted the museum's edifice extended toward the entrance and two sets of wide steps. The moment was approaching, then. He would have to be quick. Balthazar could see the appeal of archaeological mystery, but was happy to destroy this museum on even the most whimsical order from his master. Obedience was everything. Loyalty and trust kept him alive. The Archaeological Museum of Athens housed the relics of yesteryear to entertain the world of today and tomorrow. But Balthazar recognized only his master's words on the subject of the past. Only 4 things matter from anyone's past: the words you spoke, the barbs and bullets you loosed, the life you led, the opportunities you squandered. Remember, it is too late to complain when the chance has already passed you by. Everything else was flotsam, designed to make the herd lose focus. Balthazar headed directly for the entrance, feeling a steady flow of adrenaline. Frequently, the jobs he carried out required him to remain incognito. Today, though, there was no such need. Today, the requirement was for speed. Balthazar had spent a lifetime honing and enhancing the man, the weapon, that he had become. Still evolving, still advancing. The black bristle at the side of his head and the thick top knot along the middle were as much an identity as his given name. The yellow elastic band he used to keep it in place, the same. The wounds that decorated his body, the scars that had been handed out, mostly by those who had trained him, but never his enemies, gave him peace. Often he would trace them in the dark, remembering their provenance and the lessons learned. They were the blueprint of his education, the roadmap that had brought him where he was right now. Balthazar was an intimidating man, tall, broad, grim of face. But his visage was offset by the humble black robes he wore, diminishing any threat he posed in the eyes of all but those who knew his identity.